There it serves as a hub for people in the southwest zone of the country to come around and do things about bioinformatics. One of the things I think maybe, I don't know whether you mentioned it, which I want you to also consider in biotechnology in this country, is about a natural product, biotechnology. Because in Nigeria and in Africa, that is actually one of our strengths. Medicinal plants and natural products, just like you have in India, and artemisinin, which more or less is the first line of anti-malaria in the country, approved by WHO, was patented, in China, several years ago. So China, India, Japan and Korea, essentially, they pride themselves in the natural products on account of what they have actually been able to achieve over the years. So in Nigeria and also in Africa, I think that is an area that you should actually consider. And in biochemistry department, and also as a person, that is also one of my strengths. I think tomorrow we'll be talking more, about that. So I greet the Vice Chancellor, who has also been a friend before he became Vice Chancellor of a precious Cornerstone University, right from the time that he was in Lautech. And I believe that every one of us will be able to have a good meeting today. I welcome all our guests, from India. Welcome to Nigeria. I was already communicating with Professor Pandey, and I think after today we'll still, talk more about some of the issues. Good morning, and thank you.
Thank you, Prof. We will now, I appreciate the effort of Dr. Majolagbe, who brought close to 25 students from Lautech. Because of that, I want him to come and greet everybody. 1 second.
Good morning, all. It's my pleasure to be here, and I want to appreciate the Vice Chancellor, Professor J.K. Oloke, who is a mentor and a father right from inception of my career. I also want to greet our erudite scholar. Want to appreciate this kind of symposium that we are having. I've been talking with Professor Pandey right from the time I came, and we've been having a fruitful discussion. I want to believe this symposium is going to open our eyes to see the green areas where we need to diversify our researches and see how we can have a better and more technology. Once again, I want to say thank you for this privilege. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So, we will now start the program. I would like to invite the MC and Professor Dr. Adetuji. Please, you can take over now.
To God be the glory, and His name be ever be praised forever. I would like to invite Holy Spirit, the convener himself, to this environment, and I want to declare this symposium workshop open in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. So you are all welcome to Recent Advice About Technology 2020. I would say that I would like to appreciate our amiable Vice Chancellor, Professor J.K. Oloke. He's my teacher, mentor, and professors of professors. He's a builder of professors and a builder of nation. Having said that, I'd like to appreciate all the principal officers of the university and the management of PCU University. Congratulations. Having said, I would like to appreciate the deans, Professor Ojogbon Atada. And having said that, I'd like to appreciate the presence of a renowned and distinguished professor of eminence. We've been following his work for more than 15 years now. Professor Ashok Pandey is an international erudite professor of high repute We are so glad to have you in our presence. Thank you for coming. I would like to welcome Professor Ajit Farmer, Vice Chancellor of Ahmed University. You are welcome, sir. Professor Ubi, you are welcome, sir. Professor Farumbi, Professor Latuji, and our co-hosts, Professor Habertin, you are welcome. Professor Yewole, you are welcome. Professor Sewingi, you are welcome. And Professor Lani, you are welcome. Dr. Wako and Dr. Lainka, you are welcome. The representatives of the DGs, VCs, directors, you are all welcome. So because we are running against time, we're going to start the program very now. May I have the request of the MC to come and have the microphone?
Thank you very much, sir. Standing on all existing protocol, it's time to have a repertoire from the orchestra or classical jazz by Dr. Bamidele Vicens from the music department of Obafemi Awolowo University, and Taiwo Adegoke, the maestro Silas. Thank you. That's a very wrong. Can we give more round of applause to the classical duo of Dr. Bamidele Vincent and Mr. Taiwo Adegoke. Right about now, we would be taking the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria while we remain standing and while we are led by the classical duo. Shall we all rise on our feet as we take the national anthem? Nigeria's call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. The second stanza. Oh God of creation, thy rights are noble cause. God our leaders right, help my youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to go and live in just and true. Great lofty height attain to build our nation where peace and justice reign. Thank you very much. We may have a seat now. At this point, I would like to introduce the committee members for this conference. The chairperson of the committee is the person of Dr. Charles Adetunji. He is the adjunct associate professor at Precious Cornerstone University and acting director, intellectual properties and technological transfer. A round of applause for Dr. Charles Adetunji. Also accompanying is the co-convener of this biotechnology conference, in person of Dr. Oladipo Kolawole Elijah, is an ICMR AUSTRC International Fellow, a faculty position at the Department of Microbiology at Adeleke University, Ede, and an adjunct senior lecturer at Precious Cornerstone University. We please welcome Dr. Oladipo Kolawole Elijah. And also we have Ms. Aweyelu Elukumbi, a faculty member at the Department of Natural Sciences, Precious Cornerstone University. These are the committee members for this biotechnology conference. Standing on existing protocol, I would like to invite the head of the host institution, Precious Cornerstone University, for the welcome remark, in person of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Julius Kolawole Oloke. Can we please put our hands together as a welcome the Vice Chancellor?
Once again, we want to appreciate the presence of everybody in this conference. The welcome address is in the book of abstracts, but we also have hard copy here, and it's also we have the soft copy on the multimedia projector, but we have few hard copies that can go around so that we not waste too much time on this. I will like to go through the hard copy because I'm not sure the multimedia projector is doing well, but the address is in the book of abstracts. And but I want to use the hard copy that I have here. And the address is tagged Emerging Trends in Biotechnology. And I would like to start by saying that the word biotechnology was coined in 1919 by a fellow known as Karl Erecki. He was an Hungarian engineer, and it refers to methods and techniques that allow the production of substances from raw materials with the aid of living organisms. And my own definition is that biotechnology is the manipulation of microorganisms to overproduce their metabolites. That's my own personal definition of biotechnology. Manipulation of microorganisms to overproduce their metabolites. And you know, there are different methods for manipulating microorganisms to overproduce their metabolites. As we see from the presentation, it could be through genetic engineering or through fermentation technology. And because many people are scared of genetically engineered organisms, my fermentation technology is offering us opportunity to manipulate microorganisms to overproduce their metabolites. And there could be different aspects of biotechnology. We have medical and health sciences. And in medical and health sciences, biotechnology led to the improvement in diagnosis, enhancement of techniques in vaccine production, improved therapeutic techniques, and involvement of different health promoting foods. Another aspect of biotechnology is agricultural biotechnology. In agricultural biotechnology, or better still, through agricultural biotechnology, we have improved crop yield, food quality, and animal health. Also, we can have environmental biotechnology, and through environmental biotechnology, we have improved pollution control, environmental monitoring, and bioremediation. And I just want to mention one or two things about advances in biotechnology. And I would like to start by mentioning advances in medical biotechnology. And I would like to cite the example of the work done by Adam Feinberg of the College of Engineering in Carnegie Mellon University. They have demonstrated that it is possible to produce laboratory-grown arts and also to have 3D bioprinted arts. 3D bioprinted arts. I'm not sure. Okay, it's showing. And I would have loved to show you a video of what they do. Please, can you let me show the video? If the video will come up properly. These guys, what they are doing is they try to do 3D, they try to print 3D art. And you know, can you play the video for us? Oh, I want you to play the video. Yes. Okay, that's the video. I hope it's clear. Anyway, if the video is not clear, you have the document. The references are at the back. These people, they are
tissue engineering and trying to
they are able to grow human arts,
guide them
and they do 3D bioprinted art.
to reform tissues that we care
And
about that are
it is fantastic. Can we hear it? Sorry about that.
tissue engineering, the heart being the main part of the cardiovascular system, and then also the cornea. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the developed world. It takes a lot of different forms, but one of the major ones would be a heart attack. The problem with the heart is that it doesn't regenerate naturally, so if you have a cut in your skin, that heals. But when your heart muscle dies, you just get a scar tissue form back and it can't contract anymore. We need then new heart muscle cells. The only place to get those is from something called a pluripotent stem cell, which just means a stem cell that can literally turn into any other kind of cell in the body. There's a new technology only developed in 2006. It's called induced pluripotent stem cell, or IPS. And this is really cool technology. You can take a fibroblast, which is just a skin cell, and you can actually turn it into one of these pluripotent stem cells. So we can potentially treat heart disease in anyone. The problem is, how do you turn some of these heart muscle cells into actual heart muscle tissue that can function and contract? And so that's really where my group is developing new technologies. So we decided, okay, let's try to take the developmental biology of the heart and actually extract engineering design principles from that. So how is it put together? What are the different molecules in there that help support the heart tissue? What are the mechanical and electrical forces, which are all important for heart muscle formation? Can we build a system that integrates all these things that happen in the embryo? Can we mimic that environment to then get these stem cell derived heart muscle cells to become functioning adult heart muscle? And that's really the crux of what we're doing. Your tissue is made up of cells and then proteins that surround them and hold them together. So everyone's usually heard of collagen. Collagen is one of these major proteins that are kind of extracellular or outside the cell, and they hold it together. We actually look at how cells build these proteins, and then we mimic that process. We call that biomimetic. So we basically just mimic the way biology is doing it, but we don't need the cells to do it. We can mimic the way cells build collagen and other molecules into the world around them, into kind of their own 3D scaffold that surrounds them.
Okay, let's
You can't
stop
think of
it.
it kind of like the scaffolding.
So that we can move forward. When you get home, just go and type 3D bioprinted art. The name of this group will come up, Adam Feinberg, and you can watch what they are doing on YouTube, how they are making sure that we can get new heart for people that have diseased heart. The references are listed 1, 2, 3. Now, we all know that there have also been different advances in production of therapeutic agents, and different plants have been used to produce different drugs for treating plants, animal, and human diseases. And the literature is full of tons and tons of different products that have been used or that have been produced from plants and animals for treating different diseases. Professor Farombi was talking about institutionalizing medicinal plants, production of drugs from medicinal plants in Nigeria. And there have been different efforts in this area. Actually, in my laboratory, we have done some work in this area. In 2005, we were able to come up with a product in my laboratory, natural product. The active ingredients includes alpha-lipoic acid and oleuropein from natural products, from natural sources. And we formulated this into an immune modulating agent known as Trino-IB. Trino-IB means Trinity Immunobooster. And the mechanism of action is that the active ingredient can activate macrophages and neutrophils. And you know, when macrophages and neutrophils are properly activated, 1001 problem can be solved. That is one of the basic mechanisms that could be utilized in production of products from natural sources. And we are ready to collaborate with different people. We have done it before, we can do it again. If you are interested in the area of natural product. The product, because it can activate macrophages and neutrophils, 1001 problem can be solved. Okay, let me give you an example. People that have low sperm count. One of the reasons why you have low sperm count is because the hormones are not functioning well. So if you can activate the stem cell that are producing the hormones, you can solve the problem of low sperm count. And that's exactly what Trino-IB has done. Several people that have low sperm count that have used several products that is not working for them, when they use Trino-IB, they'll be able to produce sufficient hormone and they'll be able to have children. And it has been working since 2005. We have marketed the product all over the world. In addition, you discover that people that are diabetes, most of the time, you know, we have 2 types of diabetes. Type 1, type 2. I think type 1 is as a result of insufficient production of insulin or so. And so when you have the stem cell activated and correct amount of insulin is being produced, diabetic patient will be helped. And therefore, we have been able to use the product to manage diabetes patient effectively. Also, you discover that HIV virus is a very difficult particle to control, but if you can help the patient, the people that are infected, to increase their CD4 count, they'll be able to live long life. So, one of the first set of people that use our product are people that have HIV. When they use the product, it was able to effectively assist them to raise their CD4 count. And in fact, many people, they replace the product, they replace their retroviral drug with Trino-IB. And it has been working for them. One of the first set of patients that we gave Trino-IB to in 2005 was a woman that has her ovary invaded with cancer. And when she did the scan, the ovary already has cyst. But eventually, when she got hold of the product, the cyst disappeared from the ovary, and the woman is still alive till today. In fact, she's one of the major distributors of Trino-IB. we also discovered that, okay, fibroid is a form of, some people have regarded it as a benign cancer. Many women that have fibroid, when they use the product, the fibroid atrophies. In fact, most of the time, the fibroid drop. Just 1 minute. Yes, it's already on. So, several people that have, several women that have fibroid, when they use the product, it assists them. We have done a lot of work on the product. Interestingly, the product is here today. This is Trino IB here. When you finish, you can just have a look at the product. And this is a testimony to the fact that we must commercialize research funding. Enough of esoteric research that has no bearing with people's problem. Let us begin to form collaboration to do research that will benefit people. And I have it here that, okay, we have tried the product and we have discovered that it is able to inhibit several viral particles. And in fact, during the time of Ebola in Nigeria, several people used the product. And this coronavirus that is devastating the whole world. In fact, I know some of our customers, they have been stockpiling Trino IB because of coronavirus, so in case it comes to Nigeria. In fact, some people are already sending Trino IB to China so that maybe it will assist them with the management of coronavirus. Anyway, these are some of the things that we discuss in this conference. Now, let me talk briefly about advances in agricultural biotechnology. And we know that improvement in plant and animal yield through genetic engineering is a great multi-billion-dollar business all over the world. But as I said, many people are scared of eating transgenic plant and transgenic animal. Therefore, enhancement of microbial production through fermentation technology is a hope for different countries of the world in place of genetic engineering. In our laboratory, we have been able to produce rhizobium inoculants to enhance cowpea yield. And with the collaboration with other people, we have also shown that eco-friendly bioactive 2-hydroxymethylphenol from Pseudomonas aeruginosa can effectively serve as a biocide. And I want to talk briefly about biotechnology efforts at Precious Cornerstone University. In Precious Cornerstone University, we are trying to concentrate our effort on bioinformatics and production of biofertilizer for management of different plants, including medicinal plants. Actually, there is a particular medicinal plant. We have been using different mixture of some PGPR. We discovered that when we had different mixture of some PGPR, they greatly affect plantain rooting and some other medicinal plants. And this has been extremely interesting. And we are trying to try it on, we're trying to apply it to other medicinal plants. And it's giving us a very good yield. So we believe that Precious Cornerstone University, we will come up with our own biofertilizer very soon. And I don't want to tell you the secret, actually. But we have the picture there. You can see when we apply the biofertilizer to plantain suckers, it enhances rooting. And we are trying to see how we can commercialize this and bring it out for use. However, we are still open to collaboration. We are also trying to research into improving the cultivation protocol of some mushroom species, including Pleurotus ostarius, often referred to as oyster mushroom. We are all familiar with oyster mushroom. Now, our hope for this conference is that we will take advantage of very huge global connection we have successfully created in Precious Cornerstone University through this workshop to network. And that's exactly what we have started doing. We have started doing networking, and we hope that we're going to do many more of this because the main purpose of this conference is to network. And we are so happy that very powerful people in the area of biotechnology are here, and everybody is willing to network, which is the most important thing. So I want to welcome all the distinguished scientists, and we hope and believe that you're going to have meaningful interaction within these few days. Ibadan is a very big city. We try to show around our guests to different places of interest, but we want you to take your time and enjoy yourself in Precious Cornerstone University. So once again, we welcome you. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Okay, before I sit down, I would like to recognize the presence of the other principal officers of the university, ably led by the registrar himself, Dr. Mrs. Afolabi. You are welcome. Mr. Oladeji is the librarian. You are welcome. The bursar will join us very shortly. Thank you so much.
Represented here today, the visitor to the university, Precious Cornerstone University, Bishop Francis Wale Oke, ably represented by Dr. Is ably represented by Dr. Eleko Feyiti. I'm very sorry, pardon me, sir. Can we put up our hands together as we invite Dr. Eleko Feyiti to present his remark?
The Vice Chancellor, Precious Cornerstone University, the guest speakers seated here, and I can see one of my professors here, Professor Farubi, all invited guests and participants from Nigeria and across the globe, ladies and gentlemen, I bring greetings from our visitor, Right Reverend Bishop Francis Wale Oke, on this occasion of the first conference of the Precious Cornerstone University tagged Recent Advances in Biotechnology. And it is our belief that this forum will create an avenue for all biotechnologists to interact and collaborate. As we all know that there can't be any meaningful development without biotechnology. If not for biotechnology, there will have been a scarcity of food globally. But with biotechnology, there has been improved species of crops. And that is why we are not starving today. I don't have much to say anyway, because Bishop just called on me just now that I should just represent him. And I just wish everybody a very good time. And God bless you. Thank you very much.
At this point, I would also like to invite the Dean, Faculty of Pure and Applied Science, Precious Cornerstone University, for a welcome remark in person of Professor Atonda. I will put our hands together as we invite Professor Atonda.
I stand on existing protocols, and I also want to take refuge under my Vice Chancellor. He has said it all. I want to welcome you to this conference. The Faculty of Pure and Applied Science is actually the host, and I'm assuring you that you are going to have good deliberation and conducive environment for the conference. I want to especially welcome again our guest speaker, Professor Varma Ampande. I happen to, indeed, India is the home of biotechnology. When I was doing my PhD, I spent 1.5 years at the Central Food Technological Research Institute in Mysore. I don't know whether you speak Kannada. Professor Varma, do you speak Kannada? Utaita. Namaskara. Thank you. I want to say once again, you are welcome on board, and I hope you will have a very nice deliberation. Thank you very much.
At this point, we would like to introduce our guests to the I table. And the first person I would like to, standing on the existing protocol and with the permission of the Vice Chancellor, we are going to skip that. So it's time to have a welcome remark by the organizing committee. And I believe we've already had that when Dr. Adetunji spoke. So the workshop objectives, let's move on. We will be moving on to the presentation of flowers by our, in person of Mrs. Imahari. She would be the one to coordinate the presentation of flowers.
Welcome all our guests. I welcome all of you. Standing on the already existing protocol, we want to do a short presentation of flowers to our visiting professors. First of all, we want to present flowers to Professor Ashok Pandey. Please, sir, can we have you standing? Daniela, please. Can we have Miss Daniela? Professor Pandey, we just want you to stand while we present the flowers to him.
Hello, Professor Pandey will be with us in a while. He's conducting an interview for some set of professors, so he will join us for his own flower presentation. So go ahead with the other ones.
Daniela, sorry, just wait. Professor Pandey is coming. Will you sit? So the second person is Professor Ajit Varma. Sir, please, can we have you stand a little bit? Can I have Jess Ubemi, are you here?
Good morning, Professor Ajit Varma. On behalf of Precious Cornerstone University, the organizer of recent advances in biotechnology, we welcome you to 2020. Please, can I start again? Good morning, Professor Ajit Varma. On behalf of Precious Cornerstone University, the organizer of recent advances in biotechnology, 2020. We welcome you to Nigeria and wish you a memorable stay. Thank you.
God bless you. Go and take a handshake. Thank you, Jesus baby. God bless you. The third person is not a visiting professor, but the host of the conference himself, our own dear VC, a professor of distinguished character, Professor Julius Oloke. And to do this, I have Jesu Botsemi. Can you come? We'll just present his class shortly. Thank you. She wants to say something.
Good morning, Professor J.K. Oloke. On behalf of the organizing committee of Recent Advances in Biotechnology 2020, we would like to congratulate Prof. J.K. Oloke for this great vision. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. Yes, Botsemi, God bless you. And with that, we'll continue with the program. MC, please can you come and call our guest to the high table shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Imehara. At this moment, we would have the workshop objectives and brief presentation on recent advances in biotechnology by Dr. Charles Adetunji. Could you please help me welcome Dr. Charles Adetunji?
Good morning, erudite professionals in the house, distinguished scientists, the vice chancellors in our midst. Let me start to say congratulations to everyone. But before I start my speech, I would like you to look at your side. Welcome, tell your friends or your fellow that you're welcome to Recent Advances 2020. Exchange pleasantry with your fellow, just have a greeting. Welcome to Recent Advances 2020. Having said that, I would like to first of all thank Holy Ghost for the grace and the opportunity to stand before this great gathering. It has been God all the way, and I have to return all the glory back to God, because without God, which is the GTCATCGU of that compose and consists of biotechnology that make our DNA, we cannot be in existence. So having said that, giving God the glory, I would like to welcome all of us to this gathering. Before going, I would like to appreciate my father, a mentor, a professor of professor, a builder of professor, builder of technologies, builder of biotechnology, builder of bioinformatics, builder of genetics, builder of metabolomics, builder of everything called science, in presence of an erudite professor of our time, Professor J.K. Oloke. Please, can we have a round of applause for him? Having said that, this school is not complete without the support, full support of the management staff. I will start with acting registrar, Dr. Olorote. Please help me celebrate her very well. I would like to appreciate Mr. Folabi, the librarian of the university. Please help me appreciate her. So I will say that this gathering, I don't know where to start from, because there are a lot of erudite professors and distinguished professors. I don't know where to start from, but I have to start from somewhere. I would say that I would like to appreciate Professor Ajit Farmer. He's a vice chancellor Amity University. He's a professor of a professor. And Father, we thank you for coming. Thank you, Prof. God bless you. In absentia, Professor Pandey went to conduct some level of interview. He will join us so soon. So in his absentia, let's appreciate Professor Pandey too. So I will say that I would like to appreciate Professor Albertine, the head of research and technology transfer in the ITA. Please help me appreciate him. And the supporter of our erudite professor, Mrs. Oloke. Please help me support and appreciate her. She is the one giving our father a support. So I will say that I would like to appreciate Professor Farombi. He's a distinguished professor of biochemistry and erudite professor indeed on his class. Please help me appreciate him very well. My father in the Lord, my father is everything. He did his inaugural. Maybe he will tell us more about coronavirus and some biotechnology. Professor Olatunji Matthew is here with Mama. Please help me celebrate them. Accompanied by Dr. Olajuwon. Please help me. Anibujuwon, help me appreciate them. And number one, biotechnologies in the whole Nigeria is in the house. I have the great privilege to welcome Professor Ubi. Please help me appreciate and celebrate him. He's the one that understands 16S RNA. I will say that I have a distinguished and erudite professor of biochemistry, specially known for his discovery in the area of biotechnology, an erudite professor of our time, Professor Oyewole. Please help me, sir. Is the current dean of Faculty of Science, Osun State University. I have a distinguished honor to welcome Professor Osawingin, my boss, my HOD now, my dean at Landmark University. Is a professor that can tell you how mushroom look like. He's a professor of mushroom biotechnology. So Professor Osawingin is representing the FISI Landmark University, accompanied by Dr. Lania and Mrs. Adelani. You are all welcome. So having said that, without wasting time, I would like to appreciate the VC Landmark University, ably represented by the Dean of Postgraduate School. I respect him so much. He's full of a lot of knowledge. So I want to appreciate the presence of Professor Olaniyan. And this gathering will not complete without appreciating the director of training and services for Edo University, associate professor, a distinguished professor in class of informatics. I may appreciate Professor Owako. Now, I would also like to appreciate the acting director, quality control of assurance. He's a man of quality from his shirt, from everything, even spiritually and biotechnology wisely. Professor Olayinka, you're welcome. Now, I have a distinguished scholar from Department of Chemistry, OAU, Dr. Sanusi. You are highly recognized. You are welcome, sir. And I have in the midst also a great microbiologist and biotechnologist, Dr. Maj. You are highly welcome, sir. And the man that is hosting us from the faculty today, a distinguished professor of food safety, microbiology, Ojobo, Professor Atada, is a renowned mycotoxicologist. Having said that, I would like to appreciate all the vice chancellor, the directors, and that are ably represented here today. So having said that, I have a very short presentation to make. Recent advances, we are here today because there are a lot of the world population have been stipulated to increase to 9 billion in some years to come. And we, as a scientist, there's a clearance call on us for us to come together, work together, network. How do we resolve the global challenges? We have it. We know it. We are doing it. But we need to come together and nest all our potentials together and see how we could resolve the world problem. Let's go on. So, not that we don't do research, but our problem is translational research. We need to migrate from a table research, laboratories. How do we translate them to innovative products using a local context in resolving our locally made problem, in solving our locally made problem? Now, I want to base the team, according to the theme of this program, sustainable development. Among all the sustainable development goals, I think there is a need to provide adequate food in terms of quantity and quality. Health system needs to be taken care of. How do we achieve the issue of, let's go to the next slide, Unemployment. So generally, it has been stated that the world population is going to increase to 9 billion. What should we do as a scientist? Let's go on. So these are the 4 major goals of our time. So let's go on. Now, I've been mentored and brought up, and one of the greatest things that happened to my life is meeting Professor J.K. Oloke. Because I remember when I came to him to apply as a doctoral student, he welcomed me and I was so shocked the way he welcomed me, and we started from there. So I came with my own topic. He said, no, Charles, this cannot make you a global scientist. Follow this. So I listened to him, and today I have no regrets. So some of my work haven't been taught and tutored by Professor J.K. Oloke. I want to share some of our discovery that led to some of the recent advances we are trying to show to the whole world. And I will round up and we go to the next person. Let's go on. So first thing, and during my PhD, I was able to discover a new bioherbicide that has never been reported before in the whole world. So let's go on. Please, I want you to be moving fast with the slide so that we can go on. So these are the bioherbicide that we have discovered. Let's go on. And this showing some of the publications which we can send to you regarding this newly isolated bioherbicide. So our intention of isolating is because people tend to use a lot of chemical herbicide that have a lot of environmental, ecological side effects. So coming up with our home bioherbicide is eco-friendly, and the safety yet wisely could be guaranteed. And we have done that up to patent level. Now we are thinking of commercializing and going to the mass production of it. So having said that, let's go on. So this is showing the isolation and the structural compounds present responsible for the bioherbicide activity, which we have demonstrated. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. So this is showing the activity in terms of biochemical aspect, showing the etopathological activity of the bioherbicide. Let's go on. This is showing the structural active compound responsible for the bioherbicide activity, which we have discovered. Let's go on. 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 These are the publication. This is the laboratory where the work was carried out, showing the students how to carry it out. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. So this is showing the environmental friendly and the non-target effect of the bioherbicide that has been carried out. It has been established. It has been published. Let's go on. And we went further. Is it cost feasible compared to the chemical herbicide we have in market? And this is the result you can see. The best one there has like $0.33. Let's go on. So we went ahead because in industry there are a lot of challenges. So we came about discovery of biosurfactant, how it can be used to resolve global challenges in terms of environmental, health, and food security. So from our group, led by Professor J.K. Oloke, we have been able to discover, let's go on, bioherbicide that can be used as an adjuvant to enhance the activity of herbicide activity. Let's go on. Let's go on. So this is showing some of the work. Let's go on. And also, from our research group, when I was in Lamarck, being an agricultural university, we came up with some research study. How do we feed animal, produce fish products, animal products, in terms of foods, and enhance their health wisely? So we were able to discover some animal feeds using biotechnology approaches. So we have established in already the published paper. Let's go on. So these are the work. Let's go on. 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 Now, in Nigeria, we have a lot of waste everywhere. As a biotechnologist, we need to come up with a technology. I'm happy to tell you our group have come up with a technological solution that can convert every agroecological state waste, and using a lot of approaches, whether submerged, fermentation, and a lot of other techniques, we'll be able to establish it in a good journal. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. Now, in Nigeria, come to talk of it, Production of food is not our problem. Our problem is post-harvest. Post-harvest is a major problem. How do we have plenty food? It's from the Bible. Back in the time, olden time. So we need to go back to those technology now. And now is the time. So from our research group, we'll be able to establish some biotechnological approaches, which I'm going to talk about. In Israel, I was invited there some years ago as a visiting scholar, Hebrew University. They have a packing house, and through some grants, we brought some modified packing house to Ilorin, almost 100 million projects of Naira. And when we came, because I sent some of my discovery to them, and they tested it, they validated it. But coming back home, the thing could not work. One, no electricity. The farmers, they do not understand good English. So we need to come up with a simpler technology. So from our research group, we'll be able to discover something that can serve like a kind of modified control atmospheric storage, and we'll be able to discover a kind of microbial coatings that can extend the cellular of fruit and vegetable. So in lieu of this, we have, let's go on. We designed something like a variant coolant structure, which we can use in extending the shelf life of fruit and vegetable. But before that, you have to apply this biotechnological solution. Let's go on. So you can see some of the edible coatings. After coating the fruit and vegetable, it can last for 2-3 years. When you now compare control atmosphere, it can last for 1 year or 6 months. Let's go on. So this is showing some of the publications. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. Now, how do we save people from crisis, food shortage? There are some microorganisms we have discovered in collaboration with Jawanura and Advanced Studies and some university in Germany and England. So we have been able to discover some new strains of fungi and bacteria that are endophytic in nature, that they could serve as a kind of pesticides. So some of this work and some of my work in that during visiting to Jawanura University. Let me show you some of them. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. So these are the active ingredients that we've discovered that is responsible for pesticide activity. Let's go on. 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 We have done the optimization. We have done the characterization using TEM, SEM, and all these advanced machines. Let's go on. 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 So we've auto-staged it inside the laboratory and on the field. Let's go on. Let's go on. And we went further to show the histopathological activity. How does it work? If it is killing pests, we don't affect tomato. We don't affect plants. We've established it. We've documented it. And some of them are under review in a high impact factor journal. Let's go on. So we went further to see the biochemical mode of action. How does it work as a pesticide? Let's go on. 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 I went to the greenhouse study. How is it going to work like before giving people the products? Let's go on. We have established that. Let's go on. Now we went. One thing we don't do most of the time as a scientist, we don't interact with the farmers, which makes a lot of gap in disseminating information. I would say that we have done a lot of especially with a lot of farmers in 6 geopolitical region in Nigeria, and this shows some of the activity we have carried out. Let's go on. And these are some of the paper we have established. Let's go on. Let's go on. And I remember when I was at NIS, that is the #1 university in India. So when I got there after my postdoc, by the grace of God, I was able to finish my work on time. So Professor Nera just told me there is a challenge for almost 20 years they have been looking to solve. I said, okay, in Nigeria, I know we have a lot of agricultural waste resources. So from there, I was able to discover a natural bone, because there, when somebody have an accident, they either use an allograph and halophanes and replace a bone. So I just thought of it using nanotechnology and biotechnology. What can I do? So within 3 months, I was able to get a nano structural engineering material that can replace bone. So it's under patent now, and we are coming up licensing with some company in US. Maybe we finalize it after some time. So this time now. So let's go on. So this is showing how it works. During operation, somebody needs to spend like 20 million, 10 million. But with my products, maybe 1,500 naira, operation can be done. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. So this is showing, because I'm not a medical student, so I have to read a lot of textbooks, medical microbiology. And that's why this symposium, annual symposium starting this year, which is going to be a yearly event, is going to showcase some new thing, not only us from our group, under the leadership of Professor J.K. Oloke. Everybody will be coming together. I know Professor Obi will be telling us, Professor Matthew, Professor Abati will be telling us, everybody will be telling us the new thing that we need to take home. So having said that, let's go on because of our time. This is showing the discovery. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. So when we went further, how will it work? When you want to apply it. So we need to test it on human being before they could try. So we did a lot of trial, drove a lot of testing. It even got to a time they were stuck. They could not prepare the products. I have to go back to India last year to go and show them and prepare again. So as a scientist, we must have integrity. We must be able to reproduce whatever we are doing. We must be able to show them that we might be black, but we are not black us here. After said that, so this is just showing a kind of simulated body fluid. When inside the fluid, we leave swell. So I have to go to physics, chemistry, material science. All these electrical properties, we have to come together before we can say, okay, the bone, we can use it to replace. So let's go on. Let's go on. So this showing the results. Let's go on. 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 And it might not need a lot of antibiotics, which we have studied. Is acting and antimicrobial, the material itself. Let's go on. Oh, this showing the molecular science, fluorescence microscopy, but because of the gravity you cannot see. Let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on. Now, by the grace of God, through the leadership of Professor J.K. Oloke, we have been able to document several patents in the area of agriculture, biopesticide, bioherbicide, and so many other patents. And now, we are thinking, through your help and collaboration, we are going to go into full commercialization of this product. And one of the products from our professor, you can see here. So, it's one of it that has been patented, that we're still going to other products, which is going to be sold out to many people. So, let's go on. So, this is one of the patents on bioherbicide. Let's go on. Let's go on. On nanotechnology, let's go on. And a lot of other more. Let's go on. Let's go on. So, take home lesson that I want to give to everybody as a convener of this program. There is a need for us to disseminate innovations. We need to learn adoption, management, evaluation. How do we do about it? Maintenance of the innovation. We need to learn something about it. We need to refine our innovations. And there is a need. I learned this from Hebrew University. During my research there, when I finished my work in the laboratory, they said, no, Charles, you have not finished. You need to go to the industry. Come and show us. So I went to the industry. After the industry, and I went to the classroom, teach people back. Now, this is the approach which I will be taking under grant writing. How do we do? Locate a particular problem for a particular community. Haven't I liked such challenges? Go back to the laboratory as a scientist. Think of approach that we use in resolving the global problem. Haven't said that, you don't come back to the laboratory. Take the same technological innovations back to those people. So it's like a circle. But it cannot be done without the help of a research institute, university, and academia. Coupled with policy and government, which we might not be talking about lobbying and so many other things to make things done. So I will say that, let's go on. Let's go on. So we need to come together, work together. Let's go on. 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 Well, I will not, I cannot say all my research. I have to narrow it down very well. Otherwise, we will not be here in the next 2-3 months by the grace of God. So, having said that, I cannot but thank all these university and government, because it's not just done like that. We have a lot of research laboratories. Some of them are here that we have developed very long, and I've visited many of their universities. I remember when I was with Professor Farmer, their university are the ones supplying food for the whole people in their town. Everything they eat comes from their university. And that is the approach and the take-home lesson we are taking on from here. PCU must feed the whole world. Landmark must feed the whole world. Osun State University must feed the whole world. Edo University must take over. We must not just be here as a scientist. That must be something to do. Research institute. Enough is enough. We need to work together. I thank God many directors are here. Many vice chancellors are here. We need to work together. We need to come together. Forget about enmity. Forget about title. Forget about PhD. PhD does not make you great. Being a professor does not make you. If you profess and you profess nothing, it does not matter. We need to leave title. We need to leave ego. We need to come together, work together by the grace of God. We are going to move Nigeria to the next level. We will resolve this one by the grace of God. So I will say that I appreciate and duly acknowledge all these people. Let's go on. The VC, the management, the registrar, the bossa, librarian, everybody, Professor Ashok, Professor Pandey. I welcome all of you. All the distinguished professor, the local organizing committee, Dr. Bamidele, please can you stand up? He's a maestro, he's a music lecturer from OAU, a distinguished musician. Please help me celebrate him. So, Maestro Silo has received a lot of awards by German Academy, Spanish Academy. Every year, professors in music, they come to Nigeria every year in Lagos. But most of the time, not in Nigeria to attend. But this year, by the grace of God, let's see. It's Maestro Taiwo. Help me celebrate. He has received a lot of awards in terms of music. So I will say that I would like to appreciate my lovely wife and children. Thank you very much. Okay, maybe she can stand up for recognition. So I would like to thank one of my very friends, Dr. Shola. Please, can you come forward? Olaleye, please. Can you come forward for recognition? Because I don't know Ibadan very well. He has been the one helping me. He needs recognition. Please help me celebrate. He's coming. Let me represent him. I'm appreciating. And let's go on. I would like to appreciate Professor Pandey. He nominated me as an international advisory board to the Biotechnology World Congress. And last year I was there. I was the only one from Africa invited as a distinguished scientist. And helped me celebrate Professor Pandey in his absentia. And I was surprised this year. The whole committee met after my lecture and said, wow, you should even be the one coordinating affairs for us and be advisory to us from Africa. So help me celebrate Professor Pandey for nominating me for that award. So I will say that this is me during the conference after welcoming me to India in Trivandrum, almost 20-something hours flight. So help me appreciate him one more. Let's go. Let's go on. So these are the elders from Wageningen, Oxford, Brunei, a lot. Let's go on. Let's go on. This man I want to talk about is the best professor last year given by Indian government. So he invited me to come and give a talk about recent advances, which I'm doing here today again. So help me celebrate all these people that have contributed a lot to my advancements in science. Let's go on. Let's go on. This is me. These are my postdoctoral students, my doctoral students. Let's go on. They called this picture is just one of the celebration where they made a lot of discovery. Out of 40 of us in the Asia, I was the best scientist in the area of biotechnology. This is the award ceremony. Let's go on. Let's go on. That's the vice chancellor there. Let's go on. Let's go on. Thank you very much.
As we move on with the program, we would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Sunday Ezekiel Aladili from National Center for Genetic Resources and Biotechnology, More Plantation, IBADAN. Could you please signify your presence, sir? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. I thought I saw Professor Pandey. Okay, he's presently on the interview. We could have actually done the presentation of flowers. We would be moving on to the introduction and presentation of award to Professor Heshok Pandey and Professor Harjit Verma, the visiting professor and one of the leading and distinguished professors of eminence with global recognition in the area of biotechnology. But before we commence, we would like to conduct the presentation of flower to Professor Ashok Pandey right about now, inviting Mrs. Ima Hari. Thank you.
Professor Pandey, you're welcome. Could I have Daniela? Is she still around? Daniela, come and present your flower now. Okay. Come. Professor Pandey, when you were out, we had presented flowers. Welcome to our other visiting professors. Please, sir, can we have you standing? Okay. That's Professor Pandey. Okay. Let's go. What's your name? He's asking for your name.
My name is Daniela.
Hi, Daniela. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. On behalf of Precious Cornerstone University, the organizer of RIBE 2020, welcome you to Nigeria and wish you a pleasant and memorable stay. Namaste.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
Now to the presentation of the award. The Vice Chancellor, Precious Cornerstone University, would be presenting the award to Professor Ashok Pandey and Professor Ajit Verma. Before the presentation of the award, I would read the citation of Professor Ajit Verma, and Mrs. Ima Hari would invite those who would conduct the academic dressing for Professor Ajit Verma and the presentation of the award. Professor Ajit Verma, I read this citation of Professor Ajit Verma. Would you like to stand up, sir, while I read your citation, if you don't mind? Thank you, sir. Or you could just... Yes. Professor Ajit Verma is currently the Group DY Vice Chancellor and a distinguished scientist and professor of eminence, Hemiti Institute of Microbial Technology, Hemiti University, Uttar Pradesh, and Vice Chairman, Hemiti Science, Technology and Innovation Foundation, Hemiti Campus, Sector 125, Noida, Uttar Pradesh, India. He was a visiting professor to many universities, such as Technical University, Graz in Austria, University of Tübingen, Germany, Friedrich Schiller University, Jena in Germany, Philipps University, Marburg in Germany, Technical University, München, Germany, Kingston, Jamaica, Max Planck Visiting Professorship, Germany, Zhejiang University, Hangzhou, China, Helmholtz-Zentrum, München, Germany, Gutenberg University, Mainz, Germany, CSIC, Madrid, Spain, University of Dundee, Scotland, University of Ljubljana, Slovenia, ICGEB, Italy, Adjunct Professor, National Mandela University of Science and Technology, Tanzania. He has received notable awards from several notable scientific bodies such as Commonwealth Fellowship, Australia, National Research Council, Canada, Alexander von Humboldt Foundation, Germany, National Science Foundation, United States of America, Indo-Czechoslovakia Exchange Program, Prague, DAAD Fellowship, Germany. Duchess BMFT Program, George August University, Göttingen, Germany. Reiser Fellowship for Innovative Research in Biotechnology, Italy. Swiss Federal Research Fellowship, Switzerland. BP Koirala Award, Nepal. DFG INSA Fellowship, Indo, Germany. FAMI Award 2011 in India. Honorary Diploma, UNF, Cluj Napoca, Romania in 2011. Lifetime Achievement Award, Bombay University, 2011. Special Felicitation for Outstanding Research in the Field of Microbiology, JNU, 2012. Lifetime Achievement Award, Amravati University, Maharashtra, presented by former President Dr. Pratibha Patil, 2011. He has successfully supervised over 120 PhD students and 1 DSE student. He has published over 450 research articles, which appeared in national and international journals of repute, and also several major review articles and chapters in books, published 99 books in the area of microbial technology, published Academic Press, London, CRC Press, Florida, United States of America, IDRC, Canada, and Springer Village, Germany. Nominated as editor-in-chief by Springer Village, Germany and New York, the leading science publishing house to prepare 100 volumes on soil biology. Nominated as editor-in-chief by IK Internationals to make series of books on microbial and biotechnological research. Academic editor, International Journal of Plant and Soil Science. It is with a profound respect that I welcome the Vice Chancellor of Precious Cornerstone University to present the award to Professor Varma and the academic dressing also. To carry out the academic dressing.
Let's go do the dressing. Please, to help dress Professor Varma, you're welcome to Nigeria. To help dress him, we have Professor Atunda, Dean of the Faculty of Science. We have Mrs. Oloke. We have the librarian of the university and our honorable registrar. Please, could we just come and dress? Thank you. Let's put our hands together just to chair them.
You might want to put our hands together more for Professor Varma. Can we put our hands together for Professor Varma? To further proceed on the presentation of our award, I would like to invite Professor Ashok Pandey, while I invite Mrs. Imahari for the citation reading.
Thank you. Professor Ashok Pandey is currently Distinguished Scientist at the Center for Innovation and Translational Research, CSIR, Indian Institute of Toxicology and Research, Lucknow, India, and Executive Director at the Center for Energy and Environmental Sustainability, India. Formerly, he was eminent scientist at the Center of Innovative and Applied Bioprocessing, Mohali, and Chief Scientist and Head of Applied Bioscience in Mohali, and Chief Scientist and Head of Biotechnology Division and Center for Biofuels at the same CSIR's National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Trivandrum. His major research and technological development interests are industrial and technological developments, environmental biotechnology, and energy biosciences, focusing on biomass to biofuels and chemicals, waste to wealth in energy, industrial enzymes, etc. Professor Pandey is adjunct and visiting professor scientist in universities in France, Brazil, Canada, China, Korea, South Africa, in Switzerland, and also in several universities, several in India. He has over 1,350 publications and communications, which includes 16 patents, 83 books, 700 papers and book chapters, etc., with index of 96 books of over greater than 42,000 citations, Google Scholar. He has transferred several technologies to industries and has done industrial consultancy for about a dozen projects for Indian and international industries. Professor Pandey is the recipient of many national and international awards and honors, which include Highest Cited Researcher, Top 0.1% in the World, Clarivate Analytics, Web of Science 2019, Icon SWM Lifetime Achievement Awards 2019, International Society for Solid Waste Management, India, Young Outstanding Scholar, Yonsei University, Seoul, Korea 2019, Highest Cited Researcher, Top 0.1% in the World, Top 10 in India, Clarivate Analytics Web of Science 2018, a Lifetime Achievement Award from Biotech Research Society in India 2018, a Lifetime Award from Career 360 2018, Lifetime Achievement Award from International Society for Energy, Environment and Sustainability 2017, Academician of Europe Academy of Science and Arts, Austria 2015, Honorary Doctorate Degree from University Blaise Pascal, France 2007, Thomson Scientific India Citation Laureate Award, USA 2006, UNESCO Professor 2000 Remain Research Fellowship Award, CSIR 1995, GBF Germany and CNRS France Fellowships 1992, and Young Scientist Award 1989, etc. He is a fellow of various academies, which include Royal Society of Biology, UK 2016, International Society for Energy, Environment and Sustainability 2016, National Academy of Sciences India 2012, Association of Microbiologists of India 2008, International Organization of Biotechnology and Bioengineering 2007, and Biotech Research Society India 2005. Professor Pandey is the founder and president of Biotech Research Society India, founder and international coordinator of International Forum and Industrial Bioprocessing, France, chairman of International Society for Energy, Environment and Sustainability, editor-in-chief of Brown-Source Technology, honorary executive advisor of Journal of Energy and Environmental Sustainability and Journal of Systems Microbiology and Biomanufacturing, editor of Proceedings of National Academy of Science India, and editorial board member of several international and Indian journals. I present to you Professor Ashok Pandey. We want to call on those people to please come and help us dress Professor Ashok Pandey. We have Professor Adiyeye seated, our registrar, the chaplain, and the librarian. Okay, maybe Professor Atunda should join them because Professor Adiyeye is not around and said. Professor Atunda, please, could we have you just come and help us dress Professor Pandey? That's the only one we have. Don't miss that paper. Don't have another one. Let me see where my name appears again so that I'll borrow. Okay, so something you get to post down. Okay.
Thank you, Nigeria.
Would the students, as we proceed with the presentation of awards and citation for meritorious award, would like to invite Professor Emmanuel Aluyo, the Vice Chancellor, Edo University, Iyamo, while I also invite Dr. Anani to read the citation. Professor Aliyo is ably represented by Professor Olaniyo. So I would like to invite Dr. Hanani to read the citation.
Engineer Professor Emmanuel Osikwemen Aliyo, FNSE, FNSCHE, is the pioneer Vice Chancellor of Edo University, Iyamu. He is a professor of chemical engineering. He obtained his PhD degree in chemical engineering from the University of Benin. He was employed as a lecturer of the University of Benin in 1994 and has since risen through the ranks by dint of hard work and was promoted to the rank of professor in October 2010. Professor Aliyo is a Korean registered engineer and a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, FNSC. He was vice chairman and later chairman, NSC, Benin branch, and a member of the Korean Engineering Regulatory and Monitoring Team for Benin Zone. He is a member of the Council of Korean. He is a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Chemical Engineering and the Nigerian Institute for Biomedical Engineering. Professor Aliyu has authored over 80 journal articles and chapters in books, with over 20 published in international index journals. He has taught several undergraduate and postgraduate students and successfully supervised 8 PhD students at last count. As he has presented several papers in both local and international conferences, seminars, and workshops. Professor Aliyo has held several positions in and outside the University of Benin, which include Head of Chemical Engineering Department, University of Benin, Part-time Program Coordinator, University of Benin, Chairman of the University Scholarship and Prize Committee, University of Benin, amongst others. He has served as professional assessor, postgraduate and undergraduate external examiner to several universities, including Covenant University, Niger Delta University, Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Modibo Adama University of Technology, Yola, Abubakar Tafola Balewa University, Bauchi, amongst others. As pioneer Vice Chancellor, Professor Aliyo has positioned Edo University, Iyamun, as a world-class citadel of learning amongst university and has laid a solid rock foundation for delivering quality education in keeping with the motto of Edo University, Iyamun, Edo State. Edo University, under the distinguished leadership of Professor Aliyu, emerged as the third best university in Nigeria in the NUC 2017 Open Education Regulatory Ranking. a feat achieved barely 2 years of his inception of the university. There have been well-deserved assessment of encomium received from all and sundry as regards the state of the art facilities, highly competent staff, student-centered learning and competence-based education, and so on and so forth. Professor Aliyu has received several awards of excellence and meritorious service, which include Meritorious Award of Excellence as Chairman Technical Committee in the 2015 NSCHE Annual Conference and AGM. 2017 Award of Excellence as Most Outstanding Best Performed Vice Chancellor in Nigeria by Arewa Medical Publications. Event Company, just to mention a few. Only 4 weeks ago, he was recognized by the Guardian newspaper as one of the most outstanding Vice Chancellor in Nigeria. Please, I have the privilege to present
RVC, please. Yeah, you're good to go. Thank you.
We present this to the Vice Chancellor, Edo State University. Please help us say hello to the Vice Chancellor. God bless you. Where are the certificates?
Would like to recognize the presence of Mr. Oyebode Adeshino of Time Nigeria Limited for his support towards this biotechnology conference. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome, sir. Yes, sir. I'd like to read the citation of Professor Adeniyi Olayonju. And can I invite Professor Adeniyi Olayonju to please step forward, sir, as I read his citation. He is ably represented by Professor Osenwege from the Dean College of Pure and Applied Sciences. You're welcome, sir. Engineer Professor Adeniyi Olayonju was born in Ibadan, Oyo State, on the 12th of August, 1968. The young Olayonju started his primary school education in 1974 at Salvation Army Primary School, Oje Gosun, Ibadan. He went to Jibril Martin Memorial Grammar School, Ikmori, Lagos in 1986 for his lower basic school and was briefly at Yaba College of Technology, Lagos, before proceeding to the University of Ibadan in 1987. He joined the services of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, FUNAB, in June 2004 as a Lecturer 1, reappointed Senior Lecturer in September 2005, and promoted Professor of Agricultural Mechanization in October 2012. He has since been involved in the execution of some national and international collaborative projects such as DFID, PR Opcom Rice Projects, UNDP Smeden Auto Spare Parts Projects, Harem RDC FIIRO, Benai Seed Projects, and IITA FUNAB Cassava Weed Projects. Some of these have also won awards and financial gains for his university. He was the Deputy Dean, College of Engineering, FUNAB between 2007 and 2009, the Pioneer Dean of Engineering, OYSC Tech, Igbora, a member of Appointment and Promotion Committee of Academic Staffs, APCAS 2015 to 2017, and the Dean of Student Affairs of FUNAB 2015 to 2017. Professor Olayonju is an external examiner and assessor to some Nigerian universities and polytechnics. He is a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, MNSE, the Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology, MNIFST, a current registered engineer, and have over 60 published articles in reputable national and international journals, refereed conference proceedings and technical reports in my area of expertise. Engineer Professor Adeniyi Olayanju is currently the third substantive Vice Chancellor of Landmark University, Omuaran, Kwara State. Can I invite the Vice Chancellor for the presentation of the award to Professor Adeniyi Olayanju, ably represented by Professor Osemwegwe.
We present Precious Cornerstone University, IBADAN. We wish to present this to the Vice Chancellor of Landmark University. Congratulations.
I would like to invite Mrs. Imahari to read the citation of Professor Farumi.
Prof, please, could you have your stand? Thank you. Professor Ebenezer Olatunde Farumi is a professor of biochemistry and molecular toxicology, fellow Royal Society of Chemistry, United Kingdom, fellow Nigerian Academy of Science, fellow Academy of Toxicological Sciences, USA, and fellow African Academy of Sciences. He graduated as the overall best student at BSc and MSc levels in biochemistry from University of Ibadan. He holds a PhD degree in biochemistry from the same university and has a postdoctoral fellow. He was a postdoctoral fellow at the Department of Biochemistry, University of Liverpool, UK, and visiting scientist at the Institute of Food Safety and Toxicology, Copenhagen, as well as Institute of Environmental and Occupational Medicine, University of Aarhus, Denmark. He was a former dean of Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, University of Ibadan, and is currently the chair of the Department of Biochemistry and director, Molecular Drug, Metabolism, and Toxicology Research Laboratories in the same university. Professor Farumi's research areas over the past 25 years has been on molecular toxicology, cellular oxidative stress mechanisms, reproductive and environmental toxicology, antioxidant redox biochemistry, nutraceuticals and prophylactic agents, and nutrigenomics, as well as natural product biotechnology. He's well known nationally and internationally for his novel works on elucidation of biochemical and molecular mechanisms on prevention of phytochemicals. His recent scientific reports has opened up new therapeutic window in influenza virus disease and progressive neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson's disease. Worthy of note, his scientific impact globally has been recognized. For instance, in 2005, he was cited and listed among the top 10 productive researchers in University of Ibadan who contributed research articles within a 10-year frame of 1995 June to 2005 June. He has been visiting professor to Seoul National University, South Korea, 2005 to 2006, Institute of Nutrition, Frederiksberg University of Jena, Germany, 2007, University of Chicago, USA, 2010 to 2011, Jackson State University, USA, 2009 to date, Cape Peninsula University of Technology, Cape Town, South Africa, 2011, Indiana University, Bloomington, USA, 2014. He is a recipient of several international fellowships and grants, including UNESCO MCBN 1998, IUB MB 1998, 2003, and so many others. He is a very effective, productive, and innovative researcher, supervisor, mentor, and a university teacher of 30 years. He has supervised over 100 BSc, 150 MSc, and 27 PhD students in biochemistry and toxicology. He is the supervisor of the George Best PhD thesis in the discipline of basic medical sciences within the Nigerian university system during 2009 assessment by NUC. More recently, he has supervised the best PhD thesis in the University of Ibadan 2018. 4 of his former postgraduate students are now full professors in various universities in the country. Professor Farumi has recently edited a book titled National Antioxidants in Cancer and Degenerative Diseases with contributors from Nigeria, Cameroon, United States of America, Mauritius, South Africa, Japan, and Denmark. He was honored with an outstanding research award for commitment and outstanding contributions to research and innovation in University of Ibadan in 2016. He has published over 250 scientific articles in reputable international journals. He is married and is blessed with children. Please, our Vice Chancellor.
We really appreciate Professor Farombi, and we congratulate you for your advancement in the area of science and technology. And we appreciate your association with us in Precious Cornerstone University. Please, we need you more in Precious Cornerstone University. Some of our students, if you don't mind, can come to your lab and do research work. And some of the staff too will be happy if you allow them, because it has a very beautiful laboratory. Thank you, Prof.
Can I please invite Professor Michael Herbertin for his citation and the presentation of his award. Michael Herbertin is head of the Genetic Resources Center, International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IBADAN, since August 2012. Following 2 years working on coffee germplasm improvement in Malawi, he joined the Institute of Grassland and Environmental Research, IGER, Aberystwyth, United Kingdom in 1993. For a number of years, he carried out research and breeding in forage legumes and became head of the plant genetics and breeding department at IGER. Following merger with the university in 2008, creating the Institute of Biological, Environmental and Rural Sciences, he became professor of public good plant breeding and director of international development. Professor Herbertin is also the head, Bioscience Center and deputy director, Research for Development, West Africa, IITA. Can I please invite the Vice Chancellor for the presentation of the award?
We are really very pleased to have the Director General of IITA in our midst, and he has told us this morning that he's willing to collaborate not only with Precious Cornerstone University, but all other universities that are here. And this is very pleasing to us. We appreciate the assistance. We are actually going to IITA later today to go and look at the bioscience laboratory. This is a very important collaboration. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Could I please invite Professor Olatunji Matthew Kolawole, the Director, Institute of Molecular Science and Biotechnology, University of Ilorin. You're welcome, sir. I read his citation. It affords me a great pleasure to present Professor Kolawole Olatunji Matthew to you. Professor Kolawole was born in the mid-70s, hails from Kaba, Bunu, in Kogi State. Microbiology with specialization in virology at the College of Health Sciences, University of Ibadan. That was where he obtained his medical in microbiology with specialization in virology at the College of Health Sciences, University of Ilorin. He became the first to bag a PhD degree in medical microbiology, virology option from the College of Health Sciences, University of Ilorin. Professor Olatunji Matthew Kolawole joined the services of the Department of Microbiology, University of Ilorin on 17th October 2005 as Lecturer 2 and rose through the ranks to become a Professor of Medical Virology, October 1st, 2017. Professor Kolawole in 2005, PhD dissertation, achieved his first major feat in life sciences by becoming the first Nigerian to successfully grow herpes simplex virus in verocells. This discovery has led to the ease of culture of this virus, its study and characterization. With this breakthrough, it was able to successfully report the anti-hepatic, anti-diabetic, anti-malarial, and antiviral activities of the Bordetella ferruginea, as well as its role in the treatment of water and wastewater. This led his dissertation to be adjudged the best in the College of Health Sciences and the second best in the university during the 2005-2006 Nigerian University Doctoral Thesis Inter-Faculty Competition. A second major specific breakthrough came for Professor Kolawole during his postdoctoral fellowship in 2012 at the University of Fort Hare, South Africa, where he was a member team that was able to utilize Clostridia as an alternate surrogate indicator for water quality. Professor Kolawole has become a leading light in the eradication of poliovirus in Nigeria. Since his appointment as the national coordinator of the poliovirus laboratory containment in 2015 to oversee the containment of HIMs and PRMs in the certification process of Nigeria towards achieving a polio-free status, Nigeria has made tremendous progress in the last 5 years that has led to the eventual knockout of wide poliovirus in circulation in Nigeria. Professor Kolawole is an astute and prolific researcher with over 127 published articles in scientific peer-reviewed national and international journals. He is an external examiner to several tertiary institutions, among which are University of Ibadan, University of Lagos, and Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso. He has supervised and graduated 4 PhDs, 43 MSc, and more than 230 BSc students in the Department of Microbiology, University of Ilorin, and currently supervising 10 PhD degree students. Professor Kolawole is a recipient of the University of Ilorin's Central Research Grants, TWAS, CITA Petroleum Research Grants, and Nigeria TED Fund Research Grants. He is currently the Executive Director, Kamat Consults and Laboratory in Nigeria. He has several international collaborations with leading researchers in Ghana, South Africa, Germany, Nepal, Canada, and USA. He is happily married to Dr. Caroline Folashade Kolawole and blessed with wonderful children. Can we invite the Vice Chancellor for the presentation of the award?
We are so happy to be associated with you, Professor Kolawole, and we want to really have deep collaboration with your center, and there are people here that we always also want to have collaboration with you for your knowledge in poliovirus. So we see brighter future for the different institutions here.
I'd like to invite Professor Olubukola Monisola Oyawe as I read a citation. Is she? Okay. I would like to move on to Professor Mohamed Bello Yerima. I would like to invite Professor Mohamed Bello Yerima of the immediate past president of Biotechnology Society of Nigeria. Okay. I'd also like to invite Professor Olu Israel Oyewole for his citation. As I read his citation, is the Dean, Faculty of Basic and Applied Sciences, Osun State University, Osogbo. Professor Olu Israel Oyewole. Professor Olu Israel Oyewole is a professor of biochemistry with specialization in molecular toxicology and drug metabolism. He holds a BSc in 1990, MSc 1997, and PhD 2007 degrees in biochemistry from the University of Ilorin. Professor Oyewole has authored well over 50 articles in reputable national and international peer-reviewed journals and has designed and supervised more than 120 undergraduate and postgraduate research dissertation and thesis. His research focus is in the area of phytomedicine, pharmacology, and molecular toxicology. He has contributed significantly to scholarship by investigating the role of natural indigenous medicinal agents in the prevention and management of various disorders such as diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, hyperlipidemia, sickle cell anemia, and organ damage using animal models by exploring their anti-oxidative and free radical scavenging properties. Professor Oyewole has presented papers in many local and international conferences, workshops, and seminars. His work studies on medicinal and toxicological properties of some Nigerian antimicrobial herbs, won the Bowen Senate Research Grant in 2009. He also won a TED Fund Research Grant in 2014 through his work, Bioactivity and Toxicity Studies on the Leaves and Seeds Extracts of Ricinus communis, castor bean plants. Professor Oyewole is serving as editorial board member and reviewer to several members of journals, both within and outside Africa. It belongs to many professional associations, including Nigerian Society of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, West African Society of Toxicology, Society of Toxicology, Society of Basic and Clinical Toxicology, Nigerian Society for Experimental Biology, and Nigerian Institute of Biomedical Engineering. His interests and hobbies include farming, traveling, and music. He is happily married to Mrs. Hannes Oluwatoyin Oyewole, and their marriage is blessed with 3 children. Could I invite the Vice Chancellor for the presentation of the award?
Professor Oyewole, we are happy to be associated with you and also State University. We hope that you will collaborate with us and with your university and with other universities that are here. So you are highly appreciated.
Can I invite Professor Benjamin Hubi, of the President of Biotechnology Society of Nigeria, as I read his citation. Professor Benjamin Hubi is a professor of plant breeding and biotechnology in the Department of Biotechnology at Ebonyi State University, Abakaliki. He received his BSc Hons Agric Agronomy from the University of Calabar in 1990, emerging as the top of class graduating student in the entire Faculty of Agriculture. MSc Agronomy Crop Science, majoring in plant breeding from the University of Ibadan, 1994. PhD Proceed, top of class graduating students, and completed his PhD in agronomy, plant breeding, and biotechnology in 1998. His PhD research on cowpea genome mapping was completed at the then Biotechnology Laboratory of the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, Ibadan, where he was a graduate research fellow and became president of the International Association of Research Scholars and Fellows in 1996. Professor Hubi has mentored several researchers and academic staff at home and abroad, graduated several undergraduate, postgraduate students, and postdoctoral fellows, served as external examiner to many universities, and developed joint research partnerships with many colleagues in several national and international institutions. Professor Hubi has published extensively in internationally recognized mainstream peer-reviewed journals in Japan, Germany, Canada, United States of America, United Kingdom, China, and Africa. Nigeria, precisely. Professor Hubi hails from Cross River State and currently serves as the president of the Biotechnology Society of Nigeria and serves as statutory member, secretary, board of trustees of the Biotechnology Society of Nigeria. Can I invite the Vice Chancellor as he makes the presentation?
It is so nice to have the first citizen of biotechnology in precious Cornerstone University. We hope that this will be the beginning of several visits you will make to our university and a very productive collaboration. And precious Cornerstone University will be carried along with the advancements in biotechnology, not only in Nigeria, but all over the world. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire members of the Biotechnology Society of Nigeria and the National Executive Council, I say thank you for this honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I please invite Professor Olusegun Atoda, FMSN, as I read his citation? Professor Olusegun Atonda was the first PhD graduate of the Department of Microbiology, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, FUNAB. He was the pioneer HOD of the Department of Food Service and Tourism, FUNAB. Professor Atonda, a consultant, mycotoxicologist, and zoologist, was a TWAS postgraduate research fellow. He is the first indigenous professor of Macpherson University and acting dean, College of Pure and Applied Sciences, Precious Cornerstone University, as well as acting director, academic studies. He is a trustee, president, and fellow of the Mycotoxicology Mycotoxicology Society of Nigeria, in addition to being secretary, Mycotoxicology Society, African Society of Microtoxicology Society of Nigeria. He is presently Dean, Faculty of Pure and Applied Sciences, and Acting Director, Academic Planning, Precious Cornerstone University. He is an external examiner to many national and international universities outside the country. He has led the 2 country assessments of mycotoxins in Nigeria. Could I please welcome the Vice Chancellor of Precious Cornerstone University as he presents the award to Professor Atonda.
Professor Atonda has been working very assiduously as the Director of Academic Planning of our university, and he has been helping us to build up for the NUC evaluation, monitoring, and accreditation. You are appreciated. Please, let's clap for Professor Atonda.
Please, I would like to ask if Professor Mrs. Olubukola Monisola Oyawe has a representative. I would like to invite Dr. Egbetokun Abiodun for his award, if he's around. I would also like to invite Dr. Charles Adetunji for his... Okay, is Dr. Sanusi around, please? Please help me welcome Dr. Sanusi as he receives for Dr. Egbetokun Abiodun, NYA President. I would like to invite the Vice Chancellor for the presentation of the award.
Dr. Abiodun Egbetokun, the President of Nigerian Young Academy. We are happy to present this to you, and we hope that we're going to have more useful collaboration. Thank you so much.
I would like to... Okay. I believe Professor Mrs. Olubukola Monisola Oyawe just stepped in. Would like to invite you, Ma, as we read your citation and present the award to you, Ma. Please, a round of applause for Professor Oyawe as she steps forward. Professor Mrs. Olubukola Monisola Oyawe, FNSM, FSETPOM, MSFM, MBSN, was born in 1967 to the family of late Chief David Adejuyigbe Akinyemi, a renowned educationist of Ilare Jesha, who hails from Ede, Osun State. She obtained a BSc Hons in microbiology from Ogun State University in 1987, MSc in microbiology from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaire in 1991, and PhD in microbiology from Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi in 2000. In addition, she holds PhDs in education and food management from ATBU and Hebrew University of Agriculture, Rehovot, Israel, in 2005 and 2007, respectively. Professor Mrs. Oyawoye has over 30 years of teaching, research, and administrative experience, became a professor of microbiology and has graduated over 20 PhD and MSc and 300 BSc students in the areas of microbiology, biotechnology research, public health, crop science, and ecology. She has over 40 articles published in peer-reviewed journals and proceedings. Professor Mrs. Oyawoye got the prestigious Achievers Award from Biotechnology Society of Nigeria on the 10th of August 2018. Professor Mrs. Oyawoye, an external examiner for both undergraduates and postgraduates in renowned institutions, is happily married to Professor Enoch Olayiwola Oyawoye, a renowned animal scientist and immediate past Deputy Vice Chancellor, and the marriage is blessed with wonderful children. To God be the glory. I would like to invite the Vice Chancellor.
It's so nice to have Professor Mrs. Oyawe in precious Cornerstone University today. Professor Oyawe is a very active member of Nigerian Society of Microbiology, and as the Dean of Science in Adeleke University, she has been helping us, and we hope that you will also help us in precious Cornerstone University and other universities here to we network with you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you.
All right. I would also like to read the citation of Professor. Okay. All right. Professor Mohammed Bello Yerima's award would be received by Professor Mrs. Oyawe, and I would like the Vice Chancellor to make the presentation.
So we want to present to Professor Mohammed Bello Yerima. Please help us deliver this to him. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would like to invite Professor Semwegi Omorefosa for the presentation of his award.
We present this to Professor Osemiegwe Osarikwe Omorefosa. Thank you. God bless you. Thank
you. Okay, I would like to also call Professor Matthew Olaniyan for the presentation of his award.
Professor Matthew Folanami Olania, we present this to you, and we appreciate your presence in precious Cornerstone University. Thank you so much.
I would also like to invite Associate Professor Wilson Nwankwo for the presentation of his award.
We appreciate the presence of our Associate Professor Wilson Nwankwo, the Director, Professional Training and Development, Edo State University. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would also like to invite Dr. A.S. Olayinka for the presentation of the award.
Precious Cornerstone University, we'd like to present this award to Dr. Olayinka A.S., Acting Director, Quality Assurance, Computational Science Research Unit, Department of Physics, Edo State University, Iyaho.
I would like to invite Associate Professor Adelowo for his award. Okay, I would also like to invite Dr. Sanusi Kayode. Sorry, I'm very sorry, sir. Associate Professor Adelowo of the Department of Microbiology, University of Ibadan.
Interestingly, Associate Professor Adilowo was my PhD student. I trained him. So let's give me a hand of applause. We'd like to present this to Associate Professor Olawale Olufemi Adilowo, Department of Microbiology, University of Ibadan. We hope that your relationship with us in our university will be strengthened, and anytime we come to Department of Microbiology, University of Ibadan, you will assist us. Thank you so much.
I would like to invite Dr. Sanusi Kayode from the Department of Chemistry, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife.
We would like to present this award to Dr. Sanusi Kayode, Department of Chemistry, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. We hope that as we approach you for any assistance, you will be willing to help us, and you are also free to make collaboration with other distinguished scientists here. Thank you so much.
I'd like to invite Dr. Majolagbe for the presentation of his award. Dr. Majolagbe.
I told you that Dr. Majolagbe came all the way from Ogbomoso, and he came with about 25 students in the Department of Microbiology. We really appreciate you, and we hope that anytime he has a very beautiful laboratory in Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. Anytime we approach you, you will be of assistance to us. You are free to collaborate with scientists that are here. God bless you.
I would also like to invite Dr. Kola Oladipo for the presentation of his award.
Okay, I didn't tell you, Dr. Majolagbe, I trained him. He was my PhD student. Now, Dr. Kola Oladipo is another interesting character. Dr. Kola Oladipo has been the brain behind bioinformatics, biotechnology in Precious Cornerstone University, and as an adjunct lecturer, but he is actually based at Adeleke University, and I trained him as he was my PhD student.
I would like to invite Dr. Charles Adetunji for the presentation of his award.
Anyway, Dr. Charles Adetunji, he doesn't need any other introduction. He has already introduced himself. He has told you about the different bioapticides that we have developed together, and he has even gone outside microbiology to invent what could be used to replace bone. So I don't know where he got that one from. And this man is highly cerebral, and you just have to listen to him. We appreciate it.
We'd also like to invite the LOC members, starting from Dr. Charles Adetunji and the rest of the community. LOC members.
LOC members, please, people that are involved in organizing this conference, Dr. Kola Oladipo, who are the other people? Can you call them?
Dr. Kola Meskombi, can you step forward?
The Precious Cornerstone University would like to present to LOC members this award. Thank you for organizing this. It's not easy at all to organize international people. They have been running around and making sure that you get people to cooperate. God bless you. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for every one of them as they step out of the podium. With profound respect, sir, I would like the Vice Chancellor to have a seat. It's time for the keynote lecture, and we will be inviting Professor Ashok Pandey for the first keynote lecture in industrial bioprocessing, solid waste as substrates for resource recovery and sustainable development. CSIR, Center for Innovation and Translational Research, CSIR Indian Institute of Toxicology Research. Please pardon me, before we invite Professor Ashok Pandey, we still have the award for the Vice Chancellor, Precious Cornerstone University. And we would like to invite Professor Farumbi for the presentation of the award to the Vice Chancellor, joined by Professor Hubi and Professor Kolawole as they present the award to the Vice Chancellor in person of Professor Julius Kolawole Oloke of the Precious Cornerstone University.
We presented this distinguished award to Professor of Eminence with a global recognition in the area of biotechnology, and also meritorious award for selfless service to humanity. I think it's instructive to say that Precious Cornerstone University is very lucky and fortunate to have a Professor Loke as a Vice Chancellor on account of his experience, on account of his nobility, and being someone that is committed to research. Since he came to Precious Cornerstone University, I have followed with keen interest some of his activities and interest in terms of building capacity in terms of research in this university. Some other vice chancellors of a private university will be concerned with some other things, maybe just teaching and administration alone. But here is a man who combines both teaching and more or less research. Is more or less taking this university, to a level whereby you have independent and well-established researchers and scientists. And I think that is where, every university should be going. And on this note, I'd like to personally congratulate, Professor Julius Kola Oloke, for the giant stride he's making in a Precious Cornerstone University. And wish you many more years of meritorious service in this university and also in the future. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. In order to recharge ourselves in preparation for Professor Ashok Pandey's lecture, we would like to take a tea break for just 10 minutes, preparing ourselves for his lecture. So we would like to go for a tea break. The cafeteria is by the left side of this hall, about the west of this hall, for a 10 minutes tea break to recharge ourselves as we prepare for Professor Pandey's lecture. Thank you very much. 10 minutes. Please, the tea break is just for 10 minutes. Just for us to stretch, relax, recharge, and prepare for the lectures. In exactly 10 minutes from now, we would commence the lecture by Professor Pandey. Thank you very much. Hello. Can we please proceed? The tea break is over. We would like to commence. Would like to commence the lecture now. Can you all have a seat as we prepare for Professor Pandey's lecture? The tea break is over. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Oluwa to say it to you.
Okay, you're a very good person. I used to trouble it.
Can we please return to the hall as we commence the keynote lecture?
Dr. K, kí ni ẹgbàá táyà lọ́rùn ẹ̀ gan? Ó gba táyà lọ́rùn ẹ̀. Ọwọ́ yẹn rẹ̀ sí náà wà all the time. Oh, I see.